Okay, so we're back on the noob account, and today is going to be a pretty straightforward video. We're just going to be trucking through some of our quest lines that we have here and make it up to Storm Shield Defense 3. I'll probably have this video split up into like 3 parts, right? So if you want to see me do the Storm Shields, I'll probably have a timestamp down. If you want to see me talk about retrieving the data or risking the survivors, you can see me talk about that too. Maybe even some llama openings, because we have some upgrade tokens that we get there from completing the quest here. We also are able to access leveling up our schematics, which is huge. That's so important. And then when we ended off here with the Storm Shield Defense, we actually get some X-ray tickets. And I think today the sci-fi llamas are in the shop, and oh my, okay, we are totally gonna be doing this right now, or not right now, but like today, because getting the Pulsar 9000 off the rip would be insane progress for us right now. So yeah, but before I cut into any of the video, right, I just want to briefly go over this quest right here, the Guide to Saving the World event quest, right? This is a really important quest to do if you're just starting out, because it can give you a hero recruitment voucher at the very end of the quest line. I think there's around maybe 5 or 6, maybe 7 quests to do in this quest line. So yeah, just do that as you will. It's not really anything crazy. I did it on my main account. It's just basic stuff like, you know, like destroying cars or crafting stuff or killing this certain husk or playing as this class and doing things with it. You know, it's not really anything crazy. You should finish it like with pretty good ease. Like it shouldn't be anything crazy. But yeah, also use code Stockings in the shop. Uh, Join the Discord, and yeah, that's really it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you like what you see, and I'll be back in just a minute when I start the mission. Alright, so we're hopped in the mission, and it's a pretty straightforward mission, the rescue the survivors. Our quest only requires that we need to save 3 of them, right? If I can remember how. I just muted myself on accident, that's hilarious. But we're back now, but yeah. Uh, believe it's like this. Yeah, quest, here we go. Um, Yeah, our quest only requires for me to save 3 of them, but to actually complete the mission, we actually need to save every survivor. Well, at least 6, right, as it says right there. You need to save at least 6 survivors. But uh, you do have 20 minutes to find these survivors. However, right, there are more than 6 survivors that spawn on the map. And if you find every survivor, then you can just leave the mission, like, immediately, you know? Um, so yeah, I'm also just destroying these cards, not to get, yeah, like, not just to complete Lars's quest, but to also get metal, right? Because metal is really important for our structures and whatnot. So yeah, so there are many different types of survivors that you can end up saving, right? There's um, survivors that get chased around by husks like that. There are survivors that will just be sitting in these little shelter things, and you just talk to them and you can save them. There may be survivors that might want you to find something for them before you actually leave the mission, right? Also, let me make sure that I am not muted so that I don't. Uh, okay, yeah. I don't know if I even did that. I'm sorry for all the flashes. I really apologize, but anyways, yeah. Um, so yeah, just a couple more cars here so that we can finish our saving the world quest line as well. And yeah, we just said I'll still gonna harvest this car because metal is important. So yeah, we're just gonna be going around until I find these survivors, and that's pretty much the gist of the mission. I really don't think I have to talk about anything else. um, I guess one thing I can say real quick is this wolf that I have on me right now. So throughout the missions, right, in any mission, literally any mission, any biome, any zone, any power level, right, you are going to be able to find these wild animals, right? And these wild animals, you can tame them, right, by just hopping on them, like hopping on their back. Like it's mainly the wolf and the boar and the velociraptors that are able to be tamed, and they can actually fight for you and cause distractions for you as well, which is pretty cool, right? It's a pretty cool feature. Um, and they really aren't that impactful, respectfully, in like higher power level zones. But here in the lower power level zones when you're just starting out, it could be nice to have a little companion following you around and stuff that can take care of some stragglers or whatnot. But this is also another really important thing. These glowing animals. The glowing animals are really good, and you always want to make sure that you can actually like kill them, right? Because as you can see, they drop a whole bunch of goodies, right? There, I got a free gun, ammo, and crafting materials that I can use to make weapons or traps and whatnot. So yeah, keep that in mind whenever you see those glowing animals, you know, that are glowing blue, purple, or yellow, and just kill them. Even if they're like a wolf or a raptor, right? It's always nice. You just kill them because they will give you some good stuff. We have a, yeah, so this is another type of survivor actually that I didn't mention, where you have to actually defend like a van. I think there's like some sort of cheese way they can do it, right? Where you can build structures and stuff, right? You know, kind of like that, right? Um, but you know, we don't really gotta do anything crazy like that, right? At the moment, you know, we can just take it easy and just kill these husks normally with our weapon, even our abilities. Um, Abilities are something really good that I talked about briefly in my previous episode of my alt account adventures here, and I'll probably get more into it as well when I play other classes such as the Outlander and even the Ninja. Really, they have really good abilities that pretty much define the class in ways, um, which is nice. And yeah, so once we find one more survivor, yeah, so I showed a survivor that was being chased, showed a survivor that had to defend there, and maybe I can find one more survivor that is just chilling in a hut somewhere, or maybe find a survivor that will be wanting me to deliver them something before they leave. Uh, Also, one thing that I've come to realize as well when playing on here is, damn, I really miss the hoverboard. I really miss my hoverboard, man. Okay, yeah, so there's a RV there, right? So I'm assuming it's gonna be like a survivor that is gonna need some defending. But I think over here there's another survivor in this little shelter that will be wanting us to deliver them something or just talk to, right? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so usually it is this guy, right? That he's chilling here. His name is Ned, right? And Ned always wants his medikit. Ned, whenever you see him, he's always, you know, he has like the little beard, right? He has his Durburger outfit going on, right? That's how you can easily identify Ned, and he always has the same voice too, you know. So, so yeah, pretty easy to identify Ned. Um, but yeah, Ned will always want you to find his medkit before he actually wants to be extracted out of the zone. And yeah, we just go to the marked magnifying glass on the map. It should be in that area. It played like a little sonar ping when you are near the medkit, and even showing your little mini map too. And yeah, we're just gonna run on over, talk to Ned, and yeah, that will probably be it for this segment. I don't really have anything else to talk about. Um, I don't believe I'll be able to find every single survivor on the map because of how immobile I am right now. So I'm not even gonna waste your guys' time with that. But just know that if you save every survivor on the map, if you search every nook and cranny, then you will be able to leave the mission immediately and not have to be here for another, you know, however many minutes. So yeah. Alright, so we're still back here in the survivor mission, right? I just finished meeting the quota of the 6 survivors that we need to save, and as you can see, right, on the top left, the little message there changed. Now it just says bonus rescued, right? But as you can still see, I'm in the mission, right? But I'm not actually getting extracted until either time runs out or until I save every survivor. So yeah, once again, probably won't save every survivor. Probably just gonna run around and harvest stuff actually while I wait because I don't really care about saving more survivors at the moment. But also one thing I want to talk about was the boar pet, right? Or not the pet, but like the wild animal, right? When you tame this thing, it can actually dig up some stuff for you, which is pretty cool. It just dug up for me like a piece of coal and some ammo, so I actually want to see if it can do it again. Oh, am I doing it right now, right there? Yeah, yeah. Look at that, look at that. Like that's awesome. Like just free duct tape and heavy bullets is like pretty good. It's not much it gives you obviously, but it still is something to consider when you are deciding what animal to tame. The boar is also pretty good because it does end up knocking back husk as well whenever it attacks, which is pretty nice as opposed to like the wolf or the raptor, which just kind of just do raw damage. So yeah, that'll probably be it. I'll probably be back when the rewards are on screen and we can discuss the stuff that we got. Alright, so we're back in home base. Just finished the mission, just got out of it. I ended up harvesting some materials and stuff so that we can be stocked up for our defense mission that we got coming up next. And yeah, we got some dialogue playing, right? Some survivor XP, some upgrade llama tokens, and I believe here is where we get access to our, yeah, our Save the World event thingy. Well, this is pretty good pretty good rewards. A lot of ammo, it's pretty nice, and the Tiger Jaw is a solid shotgun. And the important part here is that we got our hero. Are we now able to level up our heroes? And I believe we're also able to level up our schematics, or is that next? Okay, that's next. But right now we are able to level up our schematics, which is, or not schematics, our heroes, which is really important. So yeah, this is Major Oswald. He's going to be a character here in home base that we're going to be uh, getting to know and stuff. So yeah, keep that in mind. And yeah, to pretty much upgrade the heroes, you just go to heroes and manage, and you can just directly upgrade every single hero when you click on them, right? Over here, upgrade and inspect. And yeah, you just yeah, heroes attributes increase when leveled up. And yeah, so we already stocked up a pretty good amount of people XP. So I guess we'll, you know, do our best to see how much we can use to level up Ramirez here, since she's pretty much our primary hero that we're using at the moment. Basics left up for heroes. Yeah, pretty much. So the cool thing about Save the World is that we can just dump all of our XP into our heroes until we reach like the next like, I guess, barrier, right? So right now, right, our Ramirez can only get up to level 10. It is possible to go past level 10, right? But it also we don't have access to that right now. Is what I'm trying to say, right? We don't have access to that. But right now we can get up to level 10, which is the max level for our area, which will give us a pretty substantial health, shield, just all-around stat increase as well. An important thing to understand as well is not just the health and shield that you get when leveling up, but also the ability damage and healing modifier. These are really important as well, especially the hero ability damage, right? Because this just means that our grenades, shockwave, and our minigun are going to be doing more damage, right? Which is really important. Yeah, let's just level her up. We need 6,700 XP around there to get level 10s, and we have more than enough of that, so we'll just do that off the rip. And yeah, wow, that's actually a sub-quest here, hero training. We get some free schematics and stuff. Copper Breacher as well. Yeah, we already have a blue variant of that, actually. Oh, yeah, and here as well, we have Ramirez. She's now a power level 15 hero. Very cool. So yeah, so the next quest, we are going to be able to level up our schematics, which is going to be amazing, right? So yeah, I think we're just going to be sticking with the the handmade breacher here and the handmade vigilante that we have going on. But I kind of do want to see. It's kind of hard to farm these materials like right now, to be honest. I really haven't seen much of any copper. I mean, let's see how our backpack is doing. See if we actually have some of this stuff. Yeah, we have no copper on us right now, which kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I should be prioritizing actually going around the map more and harvesting copper. I was just kind of harvesting just building materials. And yeah, duct tape is kind of expensive to craft for us right now. The herbs are really important for making gas traps, which is one of my favorite traps. So we'll probably save that for that. We did get a lot of ammo, admittedly, right? So we do have that going for us. We also have this bazooka that we have, that we got from last episode when we were just playing the game. But yeah, what I'm actually gonna do is change things up a little bit, and we're also gonna be leveling up Base Kyle. Base Kyle is probably one of the best heroes in the game, just straight up, I'm gonna just be honest, right? Because of his commander perk with Base, right? And Base is a whole, like, thing of its own, right, that constructors have, right? So, as I probably discussed this in my last video, but every class has different perks, right? Perks, and not just standard and commander perk, but also class perks, right? The standard and commander perk are unique to the hero themselves, right? So Ramirez here gets assault and SMG damage whenever she's in support or in the commander, right? Whereas because she's a soldier, right, every soldier gets these perks down here of suppressive fire and stay frosty, right? Whereas constructors, right, this is Base Kyle's standard and commander perk, right, where he just increases health on our base, or well, our base increases health on our buildings by this amount of percentage, right? But every constructor has these two perks, Kinetic Overload and Base. And the base is actually a trap that you place down on a floor piece. And what it does is that in a 4 like segment radius all around it, up, down, left, right, wherever, right, it reinforces the structures, right, and gives them right here 60 armor. This means nothing to you right now if you're like a new player. What 60 armor basically means is that the buildings take less damage. I need to look up the formula again to give a concrete damage percentage that it like increases it by. Um, but bottom line is that whenever there is a base, right, and there are structures being based up, then they take less damage. So not only is Kyle going to be increasing health on all of our structures, especially in the commander by almost double, 84% right there. He's also going to be making it so that they take less damage already. You know what I mean? Um, and I'm not gonna lie, admittedly, it is kind of boring watching constructor content. At least at this stage in the game, I personally believe constructor content gets really more uh, entertaining to watch the higher you go up, right? Like, I mean, like, look at my channel. Like, just look at my channel. I have videos upon videos of me just doing defenses of playing as constructors, and people love that stuff. You guys love that stuff. So, yeah, I will be taking base Kyle into this retrieve the data mission that we are about to do, right? So let's actually go into our hero loadout, right? And yeah, we did add a support member to our thing, but it doesn't really affect us right now. I'll get into that later when we get the chance to upgrade our heroes. So yeah, we're gonna actually be going over or putting base Kyle in the lead right here, and your Ray's just saying everything that I've already been talking about. And yeah, we're gonna go into this retrieve the data mission right here for our quest, and I'll be back when I'm ready. Alright, so we're in the mission right now, and one thing I want to talk about as well in retrieve the data is it's actually really easy to find the objective site. So when you first spawn in, right, Ray's gonna be talking about, like, you know, something about some like arms race that they're having with the Husk or whatever, right? Um, so yeah, it's pretty funny. But to actually find the data set, you have to look around the map to find it when you first spawn in. But it's actually super easy to figure out where it is. All you gotta do is look up in the sky, and yeah, right there, the balloon is right there. So yeah, the retrieve the data mission is entirely based around defending a data site that's on this hot air balloon that you have to shoot down when the mission starts. And yeah, Ray's gonna be talking about a bunch of stuff right now. Um, so yeah, so you have this little square that you just can't build in, right? This is where the data site will actually land. And it's pretty simple to defend this. It's actually probably my favorite mission in the game too, so I'm kind of excited to talk about this a little bit. What I like doing, right, at like high level stuff is just make a box around this first of all, right? And then I kind of just like building in these walls like this, right? Kind of like, so I do this in like all my videos, right? Where I have like these like four corners that I set up, right? If the terrain allows it, at least, right? And um, and then I just kind of like put a bunch of stuff down here as well, some floors, because the reason why we put the floors here is to either set up floor traps, or we can also it's also good for our base, because the base, right, is not like it's not like a sphere thing, right, where it's like everything in the radius. Like, it has to actually be like stuff has to be connected for the base to actually do stuff, right? So like, for example, right, like let me actually do a quick showcase right here on base, right? So for example, like let's put like a little square here, right, a little 3x3, right? If I access my trap wheel, right, and while I look the base, right, so whatever the keybind is for your base for your trap wheel, make sure to know that, because you're gonna be using it a lot if you play this class, right? So we just place it down like a trap, right? And now look at that. All of our stuff here has like all these little things on like the corners here. I'll take this guy. Another one over here. Nice, yeah. So as you can see here, every structure here is has like this like blue tint on it, right? These little blue lines around it, and also these little metallic things on the corners or whatever, right? This means that the structure is based, right? But as you can see, right, it said 4 segments, right? So from I'm sorry, I keep saying right a lot. That's kind of dumb. But if I go over here, right, despite it being in like a 4 tile radius, this stuff is not gonna get based up, right? I said it again. Anyways, this stuff is not gonna get based up. But once I connect this stuff, voila! Look at that. It's now based up. You know. So the reason why I put these floors here is to base up the structures, like the whole thing, because once the balloon actually lands, right, then you're actually going to be able to start building stuff in this square, right? So you always want to be just kind of like building like a little tile here, little floor tile here with like a little roof tile probably as well, You can also go like one more higher like this because of the range enemies that you might encounter, such as like the lobbers and the flingers and whatnot. Uh, I don't think we've seen flingers, but we definitely have seen lobbers. We saw those in the last Storm Shield Defense that we did, right? And then once you know the data site, or yeah, once the balloon pops, then you can just put a floor quickly, put the base like in there, and then jump, and then put another floor like this, and like a little roof if you want to. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I don't think I really have to showcase anything else really. Also, the husks are going to be coming from this angle as well, so I really don't have to have these open, these little spaces open. So I'm just going to actually close them off, right? So there we go. And I believe I have some traps. I have a one ceiling electric field. Okay, well, I guess I will make a singular wooden floor spike. That's a whole duct tape. That's, you see, I have plenty of duct tape on my main, but you know, it's kind of annoying when I only got 3 pieces of it right now. Let's make a wall dart because I do want to showcase a trap at least. So we're just gonna put the wall darts here, a trap wheel, and then okay. Also, the trap wheel is just bugged. Like I don't know, it's been like this for ages. I don't know when they're gonna fix it, but hopefully they fix it soon. Also, please tell me I'm recording. Okay, cool. So we're just gonna start the objective, like so, and we're actually gonna be able to shoot it down for our sniper that we got here. So take care of that. So once again, we're gonna be closing this off and jumping up here, putting a floor, get our base, place it down, and little roof piece up there. And yeah, now all of our structures here are all based up. They're all reinforced, and as you can tell, they have a lot more HP. I believe they had 400 HP before, but you know, because we have Kyle in the lead, then they get increased by 84%, which, you know, I guess 84% extra of 400 is 736, which, yeah, that map check kind of checks out. Okay, so some of the husks are actually just not even caring about our wall darts here. Instead, they want to hit the other piece, which is kind of smart in there, and I gotta admit. But actually, us shooting the husk right now isn't terrible because I just saw that we have that's probably our save the world quest that we have, right? Yeah, this one right here. Yeah. All right. So this one actually wants us to play soldier. I guess I could have played as Ramirez, but I do intend on playing as Ramirez in the Storm Shield Defense section instead of Kyle, which normally like that isn't like how you like want to do Storm Shield Defenses. I would recommend like you playing as constructors, right, when you are doing your Storm Shield Defenses, or even as any of these defense missions like on your own, right? But you know, there's multiple ways to play the game and stuff, and I kind of want to challenge myself, and it might be more entertaining, right, if I actually showcase myself playing a different class that's not just Constructor in every SSD like how everyone does, you know. So yeah. I also just realized that there's actually a lot less like files that we have to collect. Normally there's 16, but here we only have to collect 14. That might just because this is like a tutorial mission-esque for our for Rashida Data. I guess also I can talk about the abilities on Constructor as well. As you can see, Kyle has these different abilities that I haven't talked about yet in the bottom right corner, right? So the first one is Bull Rush. Bull Rush is a pretty cool ability, has a lot of uses for it. It's just a charge they do, I think, across like 2 or so tiles, right? And you pretty much just drag every husk along with you, and it does damage at the end of it, and knocks them back too. Really good crowd control ability, super nice, and it has a lot of applications. One application that is really convenient just for building and stuff is that it actually can insta-break structures. Like for example, these trees and these walls here, I can actually just break them instantly with Bull Rush, like so, which is really nice. It saves a lot of time. You don't have to actually break those things with your pickaxe while you are trying to clear out a site to defend, which is pretty convenient. But one thing too is that it also is able to stop smashers from charging. So like once a smasher gets angry, right, then you know he screams and then he starts charging, right? But then once he is in that charging animation, you can actually bull rush onto him, right, and it will stop him from charging, which is pretty important. I don't think we're gonna be seeing one in this mission. Well, maybe we will. Maybe we will. Maybe I'm talking too soon. But yeah. So the other ability here is Plasma Pulse. Pretty cool. It's like a little I don't know. I don't know what the word I'm looking for, like a little machine, I guess, that you throw down, and it releases all those little plasma balls that explode and do energy damage, which is also it's honestly a pretty good damage dealer. I'm not gonna lie. You'd be surprised how much damage it can actually do in like a confined space or in like a tunnel, right? So yeah, keep that in mind. And then last but not least, right, I do want to showcase this, is Rosie. Rosie is a turret that you just place like that. Kind of like a trap as well. You kind of just place her in a single spot. And I'm actually gonna go on her right now, actually, so I can showcase. And yeah, it's pretty much like, if you remember back in like the old battle royale days of the mounted turret, right, from like chapter 1 and stuff. If anyone even played during that time, right, with the mounted turret trap that they added, this is pretty much that exact same thing, right? It's you're able to just have you have a limited amount of ammo, right, before it breaks. So you know, make sure every shot count, right? And Rosie also has the same thing with Bull Rush, where it can actually be used to also just clear out structures if you just shoot at them a little bit, right? I keep saying right. I'm so sorry. It's a bad habit, but yeah. So Rosie is also just pretty good for doing damage. Constructors really don't have the highest damage output out of any of the classes. In fact, they probably have the lowest damage output out of all the classes. But you know, that gets supplemented with stuff like crowd control and being able to use traps and stuff. So yeah. As you can see, Rosie is making quick work. We're pretty much just two-tapping all these husks that are showing up at this level, which is pretty good. I also do want to say that when Rosie starts to get low on ammo, like right now, I think once she gets to like around a quarter of her ammo, she starts making these really annoying beeping noises, right? So it's really annoying. It's just to warn you that, hey, you know, you're getting low on ammo, right? So yeah, keep that in mind. It is kind of annoying, so you kind of just want to either get off of her, right, or just use all the ammo that's available. So yeah, we only got 3 more files to download. We got a minute and a half approximately to take care of all these guys. We are gonna get another Rosie coming up soon, which is pretty nice. I would not mind that at all right now, actually. Using abilities also is pretty good for conserving on your ammo and your durability on your weapons as well. So if you want to be, like, you know, crafting a whole bunch of weapons, then it's pretty good to be using abilities, because abilities don't have durability, you know what I mean? Right? So yeah, we got less than a minute left. Probably some easy waves that are going to have to be taken care of here. But yeah, we're just going to be dragging it out till the very end of this mission. Don't have too much else to talk about. Other than, I guess, Happy Mother's Day. I'm recording this on Mother's Day here in the United States. So, yeah, make sure to tell your mother that you love her and stuff, you know? And if you don't have a good relationship with your mother, then, you know, that's not really my business. But you do you. To any, I don't know, maybe there's a mother watching, for Christ's sake, you know, Happy Mother's Day to you and stuff. And, yeah, just enjoy the day. Appreciate you all watching the content right now. And yeah, so with just 10 seconds to go, then we should be wrapping up the mission right now, just about the time when Rosie is out of ammo. So yeah, pretty chill mission. So you can see our structures, you know, they took a little bit of damage, but it definitely would have taken a lot more damage if I wasn't playing this class. But yeah, that is Retrieve the Data complete, and I will be back once we collect the rewards. Okay, we got some rewards, some people XP as well. We can use that to level up more heroes that we get. Schematic XP, some gold. Gold is really important too, by the way. I don't think I talked about it too much in my last video, but it is a resource that we are going to be needing a lot of. So yeah, and yeah, so we got those loots. I think, oh yeah, I kind of skipped over it. I think we did get a gas trap schematic, which is pretty cool. But also the important part here, we are finally able to level up our trap and weapon schematics, which is super important. You know, also, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting kind of annoyed at the dialogue that keeps talking over me. The dialogue in the game is pretty funny if you actually do enjoy it. It's not like the worst thing. It's not like, you know, grade A writing or whatever, but it is pretty funny and cute. But anyways, so yeah, so now we have Clip. Clip is also a hero. Or well, not well. She is a hero actually. That comes later on though. But she's just a person here in home base that will help us out and stuff, and tell us about, you know, schematics and whatnot. So I don't really know what to upgrade right now. What I really want to do is get that Pulsar 9000 that's in the sci-fi llama. But anyways, yeah. So in terms of what you should upgrade with your schematics, right? I personally believe you should just upgrade stuff that you just use a lot. Right. For example, like if there's a gun that you like a lot, just upgrade that one. Obviously, right? Of course, you want your favorite gun or the gun that you use the most to be as strong as it can, right? So just do that. Or if you the traps that you like the most as well, then you can also upgrade the traps that you like using the most. Like I like using the gas trap a lot, right? So of course I want to be leveling up my gas trap. Um, the weapons that you start out with, as you can see here, like the breacher and the vigilante, they can be upgraded. Fortunately, well, I said unfortunately, not fortunately, but that's how it is, right? It's just kind of like a stock weapon. It's not really meant to be touched or whatever. However, we did get these green and blue schematics as well as some of these other really cool schematics for these higher tier weapons as well. For now though, I think I kind of just I want to upgrade my Thrasher maybe. The Thrasher, by the way, if you guys didn't know, is the highest DPS SMG in the game. So kind of insane we got that off the rip. I'm not gonna lie. Shotguns are also pretty good in this game. Big fan of shotguns in this game. The Tiger Jaw is a pretty solid shotgun that we can probably make some good use out of. It's a drum shotgun, right? So I think it has around 12. Yeah, it says right here 10. No, it has 10 actually, not 12. It has 10 in the magazine. Um, so yeah, it's kind of like an AA-12. It's pretty cool. And then the breacher, which is the gun that we've been using the whole time. I'll probably stick with this because I feel like it's like the most like new player friendly option that we have available. We also have a blue copy of it, but it's probably going to cost more. Yeah, I can only get to level 6. I'm not gonna worry about this right now. I'm not gonna. We just don't have enough schematic XP right now to actually make use of upgrading anything at the moment. But anyways, to finally wrap the video off, we are going to be using Rescue Trooper Ramirez again, and we are going to be going to our Storm Shield Defense because that is our next quest in line right here. Yep, right here. And we get a lot of good stuff for completing this. So we get our first couple gadgets, we get a schematic, we get some extra survivors squads, and we get those X-ray tickets, which I'm going to be using to redeem this sci-fi llama here in the shop. So yeah, I will hop into our Storm Shield, and I'll be back when I'm ready. Alright, so we're back in our Storm Shield Defense, and yeah, so this is going to be Storm Shield Defense 3. And as we saw from the previous video, we actually did get attacked from the south and the east, and that's probably going to happen again. Usually, here in Stonewood, right, the Storm Shield, like, main over here, the main Storm Shield over here is going to be attacked from either this side or this side, right? You can put an amplifier there once we can expand our Storm Shield again to actually prevent Husks from attacking the Storm Shield from this side and pretty much only attack from this side, right? What I did forget, though, is I wonder if they're going to attack us from this. I don't think they are. I don't anticipate that. I think we're just going to have to be dealing with another southern and eastern defense. So yeah, let's just hop into that right now. I do have these two ceiling electric fields that have just been chilling in my inventory that I said I was going to be using over here, right? So yeah, so they're going to be coming over here, right? And this is actually a part where I can use some of my, I guess, like building expertise or whatever to our advantage here. So they're all going to be spawning in like this little area, right? So they're going to be mostly coming in through this way. Some of them are probably going to be ending up coming through this way. However, what I believe we can do is create these things I like to call block ops, where we can just set up kind of like a couple tiles worth of just structures to just tell the AI to not go here. The reason why is because Husks are pretty lazy. They just kind of want to go towards the route that is the shortest / easiest to get to the main objective, right? So it's a lot more simpler for the Husks to just go around the stuff that is in the way than it is to break them, right? I keep saying I mentioned it like 8 times already in this video, but it's a habit I'm trying to work on. But yeah, so let's just set up the block ops anyways, so we can have one like this, and like so. This is how I make my block ops. This is how I make like a proper block off, right? Where you just have like a entire cube like this, edit the floor like this, and then put a ramp, and voila, that's our block off complete. But we can also just make it a bit more sturdier, I guess. I have metal to spare. I'm not really stingy with it right now, so let's just do that. And one more here for the vibes. like so. And yeah, so this should deter the husks that spawned over here from actually hitting this area, hopefully. I'm gonna be doing another layer right here just so I have the insurance, like so. And yeah, that should be good enough, I think. One more couldn't hurt, right? Yeah, one more couldn't hurt. Perfect. And now we can actually manipulate how they are going to be coming into, or to our home base over here. So once again, we're going to be doing some manipulation with the AI, where we're going to try and kind of funnel them into a certain way to go. So for example, we are going to be probably setting up a wall kind of like here, right? I kind of want them to be honed in on like these tiles right here that I'm standing on. Probably this one. I think it's makes the most sense. We can even make them go through this one actually. And then, yeah, kind of like that. So what I'm doing right now is I'm pretty much trying to funnel the husks into like this, and I call it funneling because, you know, it's like, you know, it's like an actual funnel that you use in like a lab or whatever, right? Well, I mean, I don't know if people are in labs. I'm a chemistry student, so I like labs and stuff. But anyways, yeah, we can funnel them into like right here and stuff. So this is going to be like the easiest and shortest way for the husks to actually get to our objective. We can even put another block off right here in this area so that they don't hit this one by accident or whatever. And then what we can do is finally put our traps. So the ceiling electric field is a pretty fun trap to use because it attacks stuff in the 3x3 radius beneath it, right? So not only is it gonna hit stuff that's like right below it, right? But it's also gonna hit stuff that's like over here, or even like over here for that matter. You know what I mean? So, but it has this quirk that it doesn't actually tell you in the description of the trap. But it is that it attacks from 2 tiles high. So you can put it like this, right? And not only are you gonna be able to hit stuff from that high, but you're also gonna be able to hit stuff easier in the 3x3 radius as well, which is pretty cool. I am a big fan of that. And this is also really important because there are certain things in the game that will annoy you as you progress in the game. That stuff on the ground might not be too fun to play against. I'm talking about stuff like exploding death bomb or exploders with propane tanks. I don't think we've seen those guys yet. We definitely haven't, but they do exist and they will be a pain in the rear to deal with. So keep that in mind. I was like just reinforce it a little bit as well, and we're gonna be doing something similar over here as well, putting another electric field and just creating a nice simple pathway for the husks to get aggroed onto. And yeah, this should be good enough really. We can also set up some little corner pieces here so that we can funnel them in a bit more steadily, kind of like so. I guess like this could work. We can also edit the walls like, or the floors like this, because I'm not really using any floor traps right now. We can also edit the floors like that to take to make the hustlers like walk a bit longer. And it's pretty cool too, because then we can have like wall launchers as well on like these walls right here, so we can actually like launch them back like this, like backwards, which I find pretty cool to do. I don't think we'll be doing that right now because I'm kind of stingy on materials right now, respectfully. You know what? No, it's fine now. You know, I'm actually I don't know how my voice got that high, by the way, but yeah, we're gonna make two wall launchers right here, and we're gonna be setting them up like so, like that. And now what's gonna happen is that whenever the husks walk through our tunnel here, what's gonna happen? They're gonna get zapped by the electricity, and then they're also gonna get pushed back by these wall launchers as well, which is pretty cool. And then with our our weapons and our abilities, that should be more than enough to cover up that area for now. We are probably gonna get attacked from the south as well. But I think we're like okay here. The most I can do here actually is create more funnels like so. I kind of don't like this terrain. This terrain kind of annoys me a little bit. It's getting a bit irritating, truthfully. I kind of just want them to all be coming up this little ramp here. So we're gonna be trying to manipulate the AI so that they actually can do that. Also, a fun fact about your storm shield. Stuff breaks instantly here, right? So stuff break instantly, not only that, but if you also break your traps, then you also get all the materials back from breaking your traps. That's why I wasn't really too pressed about making traps there, because we can always just break them and then replace them for new traps later on and get the materials back. So yeah, I am going to be building a bit more here as well, just to make sure that they won't accidentally hit this stuff. And cool. I really believe we don't need to do anything else. I'm confident enough that we can just shoot anything that comes through this way. So yeah, let's just get on with it. That's enough building and start our Storm Shield Defense. Now stuff might also come here from the west. I should have probably prepped for that, but whatever. And there he is. There is one of my arch nemesis in this game, the Sploder. Cooking with gas. Definitely cooks with gas, alright. But yeah, the Sploder is a really annoying husk to deal with. As you can saw, he throws a propane tank that explodes, and it does an obscene amount of damage to structures. To players too, of course, as well. And yeah, so I guess another part of playing Soldier right now is that we also have access to our Save the World quests here as well. Which, yeah, so yeah, we eliminated Husk with that. Source Fire, Stay Frosty. Yes, yeah, so Stay Frosty. What Stay Frosty is that it is a perk that every soldier has, where we get a temporary damage increase on our weapons whenever we get I think a kill streak of 3. Or I actually need to touch up on that again. It could be mistaken. It should say here in loadout, right? Okay, yeah. After 3 eliminations, yeah. After 3 eliminations, and yeah, then we get a damage increase for our ranged weapons for a certain amount of time. And yeah, some Husk are hitting this, but it's like no biggie. So we just shoot them. Our breacher is getting kind of low as well. Just want to make sure that we get kills while Stay Frosty is active, so I can actually complete my quest. But yeah, our breacher is getting real low. I might need to make a breacher actually right now as I'm defending, so that we can actually defend this stuff. Did I already complete it, or like am I just like completely griefing this? Oh, okay, yeah. It just had to take time to load in, I guess. So a pretty simple defense, nothing too crazy, nothing too special. Something like that. Pair that, and then also yeah, let me just make a breacher real quick. We have the materials for it, so yeah, let's do that. And yeah, that is wave 1, pretty much almost complete. We don't gotta do anything else. Also, yeah, when weapons get low, then they play that really annoying, a little clicking noise, I guess. It's kind of annoying to deal with. Not really a fan of it. But yeah, we also have to make some ammo real quick because we are getting a lot of our ammo being used up. And yeah, I was correct. Yeah, so they are attacking from the west. I should have expected that. That's my bad, respectfully. So I guess if you're watching this and you're just starting out, then be prepared for getting attacked from the west on Storm Shield Defense 3. Because clearly I wasn't that prepared. So I mean, I can do a quick funnel like this, a quick little block off. This is another block off I like doing, where like a ramp and a little edited floor like that. It's a kill waves. Yeah, so the kill waves are pretty simple. They usually go by a bit faster because it's easier just to kill stuff in a certain as soon as possible than it is to be relegated to like a time to defend, right? So we're not too terrible. We're just gonna be going around shooting these guys while we can. So we're gonna just be going on a killing spree, really. Nothing insane going on. We did see some zappers right there, which is interesting. And shielders are so annoying, man. Oh my god, especially when you're like just have terrible weapons. We can use our grenade here actually. That should take care of these guys. Perfect. We did, level up our mirrors all the way up to 10, right? So our grenades will be doing more damage than they used to be doing. I gotta get killed by the traps. Take care of that guy. Shoot this guy. Very cool. Nice. Take care of you. Take care of you. And yeah, this is pretty much the entire wave almost done. We're about 2/3 of the way done with clearing out the wave here. There's a husk. Oh, there's some husk that's not behind me. That's pretty concerning. We'll repair that. And there we go. Shockwave these guys because shielders are annoying. Nice. Just a few more, and we should be more than okay. Grenade you. Pistol whip you. And we're just going to use our going commando to finish off this wave, probably. And yeah, there we go, cool. So I set up all that over there just for us to not get attacked from the east. Well, I'm a genius, aren't I? But I mean, I can't like redo this, right? So I guess this is going. I'm gonna upload this regardless what happens. But I'm kind of sad that I can't show off what I showcased here. That really irritates me a little bit. But it's okay. There's always the next video and stuff, the next Storm Shield Defense, where I will be a bit more prepared and stuff. So yeah, now we gotta defend for 3 whole minutes of this wave by just using our guns and our abilities. Which I mean, like it's the third Storm Shield Defense. It's not like it's gonna kill us or whatever, respectfully. So. But like, damn, I spent all that time in talking about that tunnel over there, and I can't even showcase it. Darn. Whatever. So yeah, this just kind of is more of the same. I don't want to cut because, I mean, this is kind of important. It's kind of like core to the game. I don't really want to write this off as something not important. So yeah, we're gonna stay out here throughout the entire time. Kill that zapper over there. He's annoying me. Guys like saying, address me. He's like, okay, fine, I'll address you, bro. I'll pop a couple bullets in you, it's fine. Took care of him. We got a lobber. Lobbers and the sploders that you saw earlier, they are pretty much like public enemy number 1. I definitely prioritize killing those over like these regular husks that show up and stuff, so yeah, target priority in this game is a real thing. I highly recommend knowing what husks are the most dangerous to you and your defense and taking care of them swiftly. Such as the lobbers, such as the sploders, and eventually we're going to start seeing mist monsters, right? So yeah, those guys are bad news. Lobber right there, took care of her. Gonna be using our minigun. Clear out this wave. Cool. And because we also upgraded Ramirez a little bit, then our minigun is also doing a bit more damage, which I actually haven't been noticing just a tad bit. I'm noticing that Ramirez is doing more damage with her minigun there. You can just go in the middle of all these guys and shockwave and just kill all of them. Yeah, it was really satisfying actually. Take care of you. We got less than a minute left. Lobbers right here. Just gonna grenade you really. We also have our sniper here that I can also be using. I've been really using the sniper. Sniper is also pretty good for, you know, long range combat, for like, you know, dealing with those zappers and lobbers right here. This sniper is honestly like not really good, really. Being honest, it's a pretty bad weapon, even in its higher rarities. But it's what we got, so making use of that. Take care of you. And take care of these guys that are hitting the walls. And cool. We have approaching 10 seconds left of the defense, and I really don't gotta do anything else. I probably gotta take care of this guy actually. Let me just do that. But yeah, that was Storm Shield Defense 3. Pretty simple, pretty easy, right? I guess, you know, to remember, make sure to reinforce the west side if you're also gonna be playing alongside me or something like that. So yeah. I'll be back when we go back to home base. Oh, actually, real quick before we get into home base, this whole time, you know, I'm getting my commander level upgraded there, right? And as you saw, we just hit a pretty important milestone there. That was commander level 10. And commander level 10 is really important because it gives us a increase to our backpack, which is just nice to have, you know? So having a bigger backpack just allows you to hold more stuff. And I believe it can go up to 220 just based on leveling up your commander level. But there are people that you probably will see by playing the game that have been playing the game since, like, you know, the beginning it came out, that have like the special editions or whatever, right? I bought the standard edition, right? So I don't have access to like extra backpack slots, but those people that have the those enhanced editions of the game, right, have like 20 or so more backpack slots, and I think an extra 10 slots from some event that Save the World did at some point, that Fortnite did, with I think 2-factor authentication. But I wasn't actually playing the game during that time, so unlucky, right? So I have to be a plebeian, and I'm stuck with a 220 backpack slots, even though I make content on this game and been playing it for years. But yeah. But anyways, yeah, this is our saving the world quest that we completed. We got Assassin Sarah. Assassin Sarah is actually a really good ninja. She's pretty solid. It's kind of insane they give you her like off the rip here, which is pretty cool. And yeah, these are the wards we got from our Storm Shield Defense. We got those X-ray tickets, and we got a tar pit. Tar pit is a really good trap. And more importantly, we have access to another survivor slot, and we have gadgets. Gadgets are really cool. Oh, it wasn't actually bad. Was it backplat? Backpack or was it? No, I'm pretty sure it was backpack. But okay, I think this is from actually completing the SSD. Actually, yeah, okay, that was completing the SSD. But yeah, backpack size right here. Now we can hold up to 80 items in our backpack. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff actually to go through real quick before I close out this video. How's the runtime going? 50-minute video. Oh my god, pretty long video we got going on. But oh yeah, we have the collection book. So I'm not even gonna like read over. I'm just gonna tell you guys what I know. The collection book is like a whole like type of thing, right? That I can get into right now. It's pretty cool. The collection book pretty much allows you to slot stuff in, and then when you put stuff into the collection book, right, then you get XP for your collection book, right? And the way how you fill your collection book is by actually recycling / retiring schematics and heroes. Right, so for example, like, let's say that I get a support specialist Hawk, right, and I don't really want to use the hero, then I just put him in the collection book, you know? And that gives us some collection XP, and then as we progress through the collection book, you know, as you can see here, level 1 and level 2, we get a schematic, level 3, we get another schematic, level 4, we get a hero of a random hero, right? And then it'll also outline you like the next quote-unquote major milestone. For us here, it is a hero voucher, which is pretty good. We can actually use that to recruit event heroes or even mythic heroes that we just missed out on, or you know, that might come throughout the year, but we're not in like that time of the year where they come out, right? So yeah, once I actually get vouchers, I will probably talk about them more, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much right now. But just so you know, there is a lot of pages to fill out, and yeah, I don't even have my collection book like properly filled out on my main account, and I've been playing this game since like 2019. So uh, it takes a while. It's a really big grind, and I would be impressed if you by anyone who actually fills this out, which I know people have. One thing I will say about the collection book too as well is the fact that this guy here, Buckshot Raptor, is a must-have. So the game pretty much forces you to fill the collection book to get this hero, right? Buckshot Raptor, because he is one of the best heroes in the game for shotgun loadouts. He's pretty much like the main guy in every loadout for shotguns, right? As you can see here, increased our shotgun critical damage by 225%. So you definitely want this guy somewhere in your build, even in support if you want to, if you're using a shotgun loadout. So, but the only way you can actually get him is by reaching collection book level 100. So it's going to be kind of a grind before you can actually get access to that power. But we also have our squads here, so we can actually put one more survivor in here to increase our power level just a hair. Right, we don't have a matching personality, fortunately, but it's nice to have the survivor in there. And we did get access to leveling our schematics, which I won't really touch right now. And I guess we'll round this video off with the Sci-Fi Llama. So, Sci-Fi Llama, pretty lucky that we got the Pulsar 9000. The Pulsar 9000 is an incredible weapon. It's a shotgun, right, that uses energy cells as ammo. Energy cells right now are kind of hard to come by, right? But this weapon will probably come into handy like as we progress through the game. I don't think I'll be using it right now because it's kind of expensive to make, and the energy and the ammo is expensive to make, and all this stuff. But it is nice that we have it. I'm gonna have actually favored it off the rip. But we also got some other cool stuff here. We actually got another Ramirez. So like, yeah, this I can actually showcase the collection book right now actually, by just recycling Ramirez or retiring her, because we already have her, right? So we can put her in the collection book now. And as you can see here, you'll have the little collection book icon right here. That'll be like wide open, saying that this hero will get slotted into a collection book, and we get some XP and some training manuals when you slot people into the collection book. Training manuals are super important. It's a really grindy resource that you will be forced to like pretty much farm, right? There are ways to do it. It's not fun ways, but there are ways to do it. That's a whole different can of worms for when we get there. Uh, and I believe that actually gave us a collection book, some XP. Yeah, it did. Yeah, we got collection book level 2. So we got the Copper Predator, right? That's pretty mid weapon. I'm not really a fan of it. And another blue anti-air trap that we got. And what's this? Oh, just a sub quest for your collection stuff, right? Yeah, cool. And actually, matter of fact, we also did get another anti-air trap, so I guess we will be collecting this one too, actually. So put that in there as well. And see, this is awesome. We're already making progress on the collection book, which is pretty cool. So we got a hero, heavy base Kyle, a rare version of Kyle, really cool. Not base Kyle, that's heavy base Kyle. Keep that in mind. There's heavy base, there's base, and there's mega base. Keep that in mind. And there's also power base, but that's for a different story. But yeah, that was the noob account. As you can see here, also, yeah, we did get access to more of Stonewood now. More of Stonewood is now open to us. We have access to these harder tier missions, which is pretty cool. Oh, wow, I don't actually remember seeing these missions over here in Stonewood. Or I guess we'll see more of Stonewood too once we actually complete more SSDs and whatnot. So, yeah, that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed, whether you watched it on the side or watching the whole thing. Appreciate you all for coming out. Use code Stockings, leave a like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord. I will catch you guys in the next video, and yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the noob account series so far. And talk to you later. See you guys. Bye bye.